Hey, what's up, going, guys? This is Sword Online from Team Avalon, and so it's been a while that everybody is giving their opinions on this new archetype, Dragontree archetype, the new Grade 10. So I just decided that I want to throw in my 2 cents and what I think about the new mechanic and the new archetype. Honestly, so I'm gonna go with the goods. Okay, I'm gonna start out with the good thing about it, and then I'm gonna move on to the bad things about what I think about this deck. Okay, so the good thing is, he has an ability which is during your turn, he gets 5k for every Dragontree marker, so that gives him plus 25 on his turn, and he gets a crit if you have 3 or more. The If you guys don't know what a Dragon Tree marker is, a Dragon Tree marker is pretty much is like your Excel circle. Well, not Excel, your imaginary GIF markers, right? So you would put that on your circle, and then the unit that's on that rare guard, it's gonna get plus 5,000 power. So it's kind of like Excel 2 without the additional rear guards. So that's what Dragon Tree is. And another thing about this deck is like for the fact that it gets plus 25 and you can it gets a crit plus, you can actually persona ready with this unit. So that's a lot of power, right? In your mind, that's, oh shit, that's a lot of power. I Your opponent has to throw down a lot of guards just to guard against this, right? So that's a good thing. And honestly, in my opinion, that's pretty much the only good thing, unless you count the other stuff, um, the guaranteed OT. So yeah, so pretty much with this deck, if you manage to survive 6 or 7 turns, I believe, you're guaranteed an OT, any OT you want, because this deck is not nation specific. So you could play any OT you want. Most likely, I think you would play either Brandgate or I mean, some people say Storkea, and what's that thing called, Dark State, right? Because you're not gonna play this in with the Dragon Empire OT, because I don't think it's worth it. Um, so that's pretty much the good thing, is that it's guaranteed OT, it gets 25 plus power, and it gets a critical if you have 3 or more Dragontree markers. That's it. That's the good thing. Okay. And you guys are gonna be wondering, well, how do you get the Dragontree marker? So you get Dragontree marker every time you ride up. So you don't play a normal ride deck in this deck. You play 5 cards in your ride deck, right? And then every time you just put a card from your ride deck into its soul, and it gets plus 2k. And after you did it, I think 3 times, you put everything that's Calamity, you put it back into your ride deck, and then you ride the grade 10. And then from there on, every turn you have to remove a Calamity card from your ride deck and remove it from play. And then once you did it like I said, if you survive around like 6 or 7 times, you're guaranteed OT. That's how this deck is meant for. It's a 1 card main deck. So you guys are gonna be wondering, well, how do you get the Dragon Tree, right? Like I said, you get Dragon Tree from riding up, and then you also get Dragon Tree from these Dragon Tree supports, which gives you Dragon Tree markers. But I'm not gonna read their effects because they're pretty much majority is kind of like the same. You just like, oh, choose a rare card that doesn't have a Dragon Tree marker and put one on it, or choose a unit that doesn't have a Dragon Tree and put Dragon Tree marker on it. So look at this. So this is Dragon Empire, right? And there's only in this set, in set 9, you only get 1 card from each nation that you are allowed to put that gives you Dragon Tree markers, right? So this is Dragon Empire. This is the Dark State one, okay? And this is the Brandgate one that I mentioned before in my Robot Ride line, my Gundam. And this is Keter. And then the last one, if my mouse doesn't fuck up, there you go, Storkea. Now, if you look, all these cards are from different nations, right? So Uh, Even though this deck is nationless, it doesn't mean you can mix all those cards into one. You can only play one nation, and you have to play that one card for that specific nation. Once you play that card, you can no longer play the other Dragontree markers. So that's the problem here. So it is kind of hard, to get Dragontree markers onto your Vanguard, or I mean onto your rear guards. So the 25 plus power is gonna be difficult for you, in my opinion, because like I said, you're very limited. That's the bad part. Another bad part is this deck is very slow. Like I said, you have to survive 6 to 7 turns to guarantee that OT. Now, if I was playing as this deck, and obviously I'm gonna know you're using Dragontree because you can't lie to me, because if I see 5 cards in your right deck, I know you're playing Dragontree. Like I said, you cannot lie to me. So once I see you have 5 cards in your right deck, I know what you're playing. And honestly, I'm gonna rush the hell out of you, because there's no point of me stalling you if you're gonna get a benefit out of me stalling. And so my best option is just rushing the hell out of you. And honestly, every deck now can rush. Even Eva, with the set H support, Eva can rush you. Okay, a deck that's before you have to play stall because you have to, now has a rushing style where I could just rush the hell out of you before it reaches to 6 to 7 turns. Because I know what you're playing. And depends on what deck you're playing, you're going to be very limited on certain things. So if you want cards in hand, or if you want the best defense, people say Storkea, right? So if you're playing Storkea version of it, yeah, you might have all the defense in the world. You might have all the other cards in your hand. But I'm still going to rush you because I know, since you're playing Storkea, that it's based on defense, you're not going to have a lot of offense against me. So I would still rush you. I would still get rid of your hand size. That's the thing. And if you're playing Brandgate, where you're most likely going to be playing, obviously, Bulbamine. You might not even play Bulbamine. I don't know what the hell you're going to play in Brandgate, to be honest with you. Maybe Prison. I'm not too sure. But whatever it is, you are gonna get rushed. If anybody sees, or if anybody knows you're playing Dragontree, you will get rushed. They're not gonna waste time on you. Like, even if you not deny them, right? Because I have a discussion with this with my teammate, right? And they told me, oh, I'll just CB deny you. I was like, okay, that's fine. You can CB deny me, but there's most decks nowadays that don't really rely on CB. Even Eva don't really rely on CB no more because of the grade 3 set order, which is on place. You check the top, 5 or 7 cards, and you play something. That's allowed me to rush, okay? Even though I don't have the counter blast to call the Obscade or whatever from the deck, that's fine. I have the grade 3 to do that. And I'm going to keep doing it. And even if I don't have if let's say I ran out of the grade 3, right? I'm still gonna just call card down just to kill you. It's no point of playing the stalling game if I know that once it reaches to 6 or 7 turns, you're gonna kill me or you're gonna do something devastating. So I'm just gonna call down cards and kill you regardless or not. Okay, so like I said, even Eva decks can pressure you now and can rush you. A lot of decks can do that too. Obviously, Youthberg, Chronojet, Eva, which is the top 3 decks. That's gonna be, okay? That's gonna be the top 3 decks right there. Hell, even Minerva and Lukier. Lukier is also gonna be hitting you with 40 plus K. You know? So in my opinion for this deck is, it's an interesting mechanic. It's obviously a buddy fight card. But I feel it's too slow. It's too slow. It's pretty much underwhelming, to be honest. I mean, yeah, the guaranteed OT is fine and all, but you have to you have to figure out how to get there first. You could defend all you want, but you can only guard for so long, especially if you're playing a nation that doesn't give you a lot of cards. You can only guard for so long. In my opinion, the best nation that this deck could probably play, I feel, is Keter. Because Keter does have a bit of defense, and they have great threes that are boosters, so you could actually, pressure your opponent back if you want to, but you also have defense if you need to. So, in my opinion, I say Keter. You're not gonna play this Dragon Empire. Trust me. That nobody's gonna play this deck in Dragon Empire. And there's also a talk that people is like saying, oh, this card can be good in premium, right? But the thing is, when I talk to my friend about it, the way he explained it, it's kind of like a meme deck, and all my other teammates agreed that it is a meme deck. It is not built for competitiveness. It is not built to win tournaments. It is a meme, okay? So it's not even good in premium. It's not good in standard as well because it's too slow. People is just gonna rush the hell out of you, and there's really nothing you can do about it, to be honest. So, yeah. Honestly, there's nothing more I can say about this card, unless the only way I could see this deck being extremely, extremely powerful, and I don't think Bushiroad would. Well, the Bushiroad might do it if people complain about it enough. But I feel like the only way to make this deck good if you give a lot more support for it. Like, maybe instead of surviving 6 or 7 turns, you have to survive only 5 turns, which is possible. Surviving only 5 turns, which is really, really possible. Then you could get the guarantee OT and all that stuff. But then again, that's going to make this deck too overpowered. So this card, I feel like, is a mistake that Bushiroad made. This is a mistake card that they made because they should have never made a card like this. Because now they're in this weird situation, like, if we make it too overpowered, people is going to bitch about it. If we're not going to give enough support, people is going to bitch about it. Regardless of what happened, people is going to bitch about this card. So, or this deck in general. But the thing is like, with this card, Bushiroad is never going to satisfy anybody. Because if they make it too OP, like I said, people is going to be mad. Because you're getting all this plus. You're getting 25k power for each Dragontree marker, plus 1 crit. Plus, if you survive for 6 to 7 turns, you get plus OT. Free OT, guaranteed OT. So if you have the Dark State OT, guess what? For the whole entire game, your Vanguard is plus 1 crit. Nice. So pretty much this Vanguard is hitting for 3 criticals instead of 2, which it wouldn't be fair. Plus, it's gonna be like 25 plus K. Does the OT for Darkstay give you permanent plus 10 too? I don't remember. I think it does. So you get permanent plus 10. So yeah, so that would be straight up unfair. It will just be. I'm not gonna lie, if they do that, people is gonna hate standard because of stuff like that. That, or they're gonna pull a buddy fight route, which I hope they don't. Is like, if they buff this card too much, they're gonna have to power creep other cards. Like how maybe in the future they're gonna make a Jiva card that says this unit gets plus 10 million or 100 million, stuff like that. Which I don't think I want in standard, because it will ruin the game for me for sure, 100%. So this is definitely a mistake card that Bushi will make. Like, I don't think this card should exist, because there's people that might like it, but it feels like, oh, it's too underpowered, it needs more support. So Bushi will give it support. But if you guys give it too much support, people is gonna be mad because the deck is too OP. That's it. That's simply it. So honestly, I don't know if there's a way to fix this situation. The only way I could think of is make this deck like a one-off deck, meaning like a one-time deck, and don't give it support. Don't pretty much this card never existed. That's what I think it should be. This card should never exist. So after this, it should be like a one-off time that it should not exist anymore, because stuff like that will get people mad and angry regardless of what Bushu will do. Okay, so right now the deck is not good. Let's be real. The deck is not good. It's too slow. That's it. And hopefully just keep it at that. And yeah, that's all I could say about this. That's all I could say about this card, this Dragontree deck. But I would like to hear you guys' opinion on this deck as well, or this card, and see if you guys agree with me or not. You know, if you guys don't, please let me know. And if you guys do, then, you know, thank you for agreeing with me. But other than that, I really don't have anything else for you guys for this week. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye.